the Guerrilla House Podcast. Hello, everyone. This is Jerry Howard. I am happy that you are listening. I am stoked to be trying out my very first podcast. This is fun. I'm excited. I've actually tried it once before, and we had some tech issues, so here I go again, giving it another go. But for those of you who may not know me, again, my name is Jerry Howard. I'm with Guerrilla House Productions. This is the Guerrilla House Podcast. I am an educator. I run a video production program at a high school. It's one of the best jobs ever. I get to work with kids every day on fun projects, so I love it. I'm very fortunate. I've been teaching for about 20 years, and I'm also a filmmaker. I am been doing this for a long time now, and I'm a cinephile, okay? I love movies, and I want to talk about movies. Right now, it's the end of the school year, and I'm coming in hot. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of grade grubbing going on. How can I pass your class? I haven't been here all year type of situations going on. You know, it's just the way it is. But it's going to be ending here shortly, and we'll be into summer. It's been a good year, so I'm looking forward to that. My goals with this podcast is I've had a couple students actually ask me about producing a podcast, and I didn't have an answer for them, and I could read about it, sure, and I have read a little bit about it, but I decided just to do it and see what problems arise, and I want to learn how to make a podcast so I could teach my students how to make one if they want to make a podcast. I also wanted to use it as a platform to discuss what's going on in the film we're making right now, and I will talk about that in a few minutes. I wanted to document my collection. I have a substantial movie collection of video, VHS tapes, DVDs, Blu-rays, and laser discs. So I just wanted to document the collection a little bit. I hope that I will have other people join me on the podcast eventually, but today it's just going to be me because I'm available and here I am, and I can keep me as long as I want. I can control the schedule. So that's why. And I love to talk movies. I talk movies all the time. If I'm at the Beverage Place pub or anywhere with my buddies, we're constantly talking films. Hopefully we can all start talking about some films. It'll be good times. We'll see how long I stick with the old podcast. I am putting my toe in the water. It seems fun. It's mostly just to learn. I love it. I love it. Okay. So that brings me to what is Guerrilla House? I get that question all the time. What the hell is this shit? All right. It's two things. Okay. I'm going to start with what it was originally. And originally it's my garage. It's a homemade movie theater. Over the years, people throwing out really good equipment and asked me if I would like it. And I say, yeah. And so I've taken all this equipment, the laser disc, the DVD, VHS, you name it, the projector, and I have made this awesome movie theater with surround sound. It's awesome. It looks good. I sanded down the wall. I painted it movie screen white, and it's a really big picture, and it's really fun. You really get enveloped like you're in a theater. It's great. My car's there. You can see my car and shit, but that's what it is. And it started one day when I was teaching, and they tore down my old school, so they let me take my old school setup on a cart with the VHS, the DVD, the stereo, and the old school projector. And Nick and I were freezing our asses off, and I was showing him that. And as a housewarming gift, my other buddy, Mark Osler, had given me Friday the 13th Part 2 DVD. So we threw that shit on, projected it against the wall, freezing our ass off, drinking beer, and Nick and I watched it, and we evolved from there. It's been an ongoing thing. It also has become a production company. I am a filmmaker. Before I became a teacher, I was working in the film industry, and I love it. It was fun, but I always wanted to make my own films. I wanted to participate that way. So, some people in Seattle, we all started making our own films. We had some success with some short films and got into festivals, won some awards. It was cool. Made some music videos for some local bands in Seattle. Really good experience with Good to Die Records. We were known as Good to Die Productions. We got to do fucking Sandrider video. We did a goddamn Dead Kill video, Blood Drugs. That was a really good time. Really had fun. And now we are a legitimate LLC, and I've been working on this film. Well, we've been working on this film for the last 4 or 5 years since we started writing it and everything, and we've just been chunking out a little bit of it here and there, and we finished the first chapter. It was called The Killer of Seals. And we screened it at the Beverage Place Pub, and it was crowded, and a lot of people showed up. It was really fun, and we showed some of our old short films, and it was a big success, and we raised a lot of money. And now we're finishing up the second chapter of Bloodbath in Palookaville called Carl Finds God. And we're going to have to do a lot of audio editing on this one, but the rough cut is there. It looks great. My dude, Mark Bauschke, he's our DP and editor. He's been just killing it. I cut a version of it. I sent it over to him. I saw his cut of it. I was like, holy shit. What the hell? All right. Yeah, that's way better. So it's good to have Mark on board. It's been fun working with him. We had this weird idea of, say, who wants to be a corpse? If you pay $200, you could be a corpse in the next chapter. I expected one nut to do it, and I got 7 nuts. 7 motherfuckers said, yeah, I want to be a dead person in your film. So, $200 a pop. I was like, fuck, we gotta show these guys a good time. And we hired Real Effects, professional special effects company, and they came in here and they just dominated. It was awesome. I was talking to the head of the company, Jason, and he goes, so what do you want to do? I'm like, I have no fucking idea, people. And I was like, can we tear the spine out of the back? Yeah, no problem. What else? Oh, you can do that? That is so. I want this guy to get smashed in the face, and I want blood to splatter all over the guy smashing him. No problem. What else would you like? And I just kept going down this list of things that I would like. And they, yes, easy. And it was a great experience working with those guys, and just really great people. Very talented makeup artists. And holy crap, it was just a next level experience. And Real Effects, actually, Jason just directed a film, and everyone a part of it, part of that crew was an actor in it, did some makeup. They were wearing a lot of hats, of course. And their film's in the movie theater right now at the Regal. I think I saw it was at Lakewood last. I've been meaning to get out to see it. I haven't had any time. Like I said, this is a hard time of the year for me to get out, end of the school year. But yeah, check it out. Those guys are amazing. So we had that happen. When we finish Carl Finds God, we are going to have another event, so stay tuned. A couple of you have reached out to me and asked me, how do I donate? If you want to donate, you can DM me and I'll send you the details, or there's a code on our Facebook page. You could zap that if you want to, or you can come to the event. You can wait if you want. We're pretty good right now, but we're going to probably need some more money to finish this last part, but I'm not too stressed out about it. We'll find a way. It'll be all good. We just finished the Taco Bell documentary, which a generous person donated in the silent auction. They wanted a documentary made about my wife, Stacy, losing her Taco Bell virginity. She had never eaten at Taco Bell. 49 years old. And had never eaten at Taco Bell. So Mark Bauschke made a documentary about it, and it was awesome. It is awesome. And you can go check that out on our YouTube page, Guerrilla House Productions on YouTube, and you can see it. It's great. You'll laugh. Everybody who sees it says it's really funny. Send me quotes from it. It's very quotable. So give it a go. So that's the summary of Guerrilla House Productions. It's very close to my heart. It's just part of my life. And just have fun making movies. I love cinema. And when I'm making movies with people, my friends, and just people in my community who have no experience doing it, you find these little talent, just like being a teacher almost. Like when you're in the classroom, it's really no different. The classroom or on the set, and you're seeing their confidence grow and they're taking more chances and they're successful. And when they fail, people are encouraging them. Oh, you were right there. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. It's just very beautiful, very fucking positive. And I am so happy that my filmmaking journey has taken me down this path. When I first started, my goal was just to make a film and have it in a film festival. That's all I wanted to do. And then I just realized how much I love it. It's a lot of work. It's hard, but that's why I think I love it. It's amazing. So there it is. Now, enough of me. I know you don't want to just hear me talking about my shit all day. So I'm going to review my Action April. Yeah, I know it's middle of May, but I just watched 30 films in April, 30 action films. Okay, so I'm just going to do a summary review of Action April. A little review about Action April. This is the 5th year in a row I've done it, and this is the most films I've ever watched in April. I cheated because I watched a lot over spring break. That's kind of why I started doing it. It gives me a focus on my collection with the movies I own. I'm treating it like my friends and I treat October, where we watch 31 horror movies. So I said, why can't I do this with another genre? So April's perfect. 30 films, my record, one a day. Even though I didn't watch one a day, sometimes I'd watch 3, sometimes I'd watch 2, but I watched 30. So I could post on my Instagram a poster a day. 28 of those films were from my collection. 10 of those were first-time watches. If you want to see the films I watch, you can go to my Letterboxd account, and it's Guerrilla House, and you can see all of them. I'm not going to talk about everyone. But since this is year 5, I've started having rules, kind of like I do with the horror month, October. I have rules, and so I have some rules for Action April, and they change. They're not rigid, but I'm going to go through my rules. First, I have a mandatory George Miller, and I just recycle through the Mad Max films because they're some of my all-time favorites. So I had just scored a copy on Blu-ray of Furiosa, and I watched it to kick off the festival. It's my 3rd time seeing the film. I saw it at the movie theater. I saw it when it came out. My wife had rented it, so I watched it down at Guerrilla House, and it was amazing. And then I watched it on Blu-ray, and I love this movie. There has been a lot of hate towards it, and I don't understand that whatsoever. I don't know what you're looking for or what you want. A lot more gunplay in Furiosa. I was really surprised. I like how it's different. I think if you watch the Mad Maxes in a row, like I did over COVID, I watched 4 in a day once, and the one that always kind of didn't feel right was Beyond Thunderdome. But in that 3 slot between The Road Warrior and Fury Road, it was perfect. It was incredible. So I'm thinking the 5th one is like this too. If you watch them in order, I think this movie has a long tail. I think people will come around to appreciate it. But that was my mandatory Miller. I also have a mandatory John Carpenter. My choice this year was Escape from New York. But I also watched Assault on Precinct 13. I'll talk about that shortly. But Escape from New York I threw on one night, like at 11:30. I was like, oh man, if I get tired, I could just stop it. I've seen it a million times. But I was just absorbed. I've seen this movie so many times. I mean, when I was a kid, I had my mom buy me an eye patch, and I cut off the sleeves of my shirt, and I had a little fake Uzi. And I remember I would go, when we'd play like War in the Woods or whatever, I'm Snake Plissken. I mean, I always loved the movie. I love the setting. I love the feel. I love the cast. Man, I love the dystopian feel of it all. It's a solid flick, man. I didn't go to sleep. I watched that whole fucking movie. My mandatory Walter Hill, another one of my favorite action directors, was a laser disc I just bought, Wild Bill. Wild Bill's one of those films, I've seen it before, but I bought it mostly for like to complete my Walter Hill collection. And it's a Western. It has Jeff Bridges. It's solid. It was okay. Like when it cooks, but when it doesn't cook, man, it's just really slow. And it's not terrible though. If you're a Walter Hill fan, it's got some action sequences that are dynamite. If you like Westerns and you like Walter Hill, definitely give it a go. And Jeff Bridges is Wild Bill. Jeff Bridges rules. Then I have a new award this year. The most screenings, and this is inadvertent, totally on accident. A lot of people were getting two, like John Carpenter or whatnot. But James Remar, the incredible character actor from a million movies, especially Walter Hill, Drugstore Cowboy. Oh my God, he's been in tons of movies. He was the dad in Dexter. He was just in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's just a solid actor, man. I love him. But he was in 3 films. And so I wanted to talk about those 3 films. Since we were just talking about Wild Bill, he was in that one. He played Donnie Lonigan. And Donnie Lonigan's this guy's trying to get at Wild Bill, and he wants to take him out, but he doesn't really want to do it. He wants somebody else to do it. And there's this character David Arquette plays, and I don't know if it's dude's fault, but man, David Arquette is so terrible. I don't want to hate in this podcast, but man, I give David Arquette some credit. Maybe he was just trying to do some weird shit, but man, he was like really annoying in this movie. And I think it had something to do with the writing maybe too, because he just like wants one of those guys who wants revenge on Wild Bill, but when he's there and he's got him, he never does it. He's just always talking shit. That's all he does is go into talking shit mode. And you can see James Remar's character, Donnie, just getting real frustrated. Well, just do it already. But it was a funny little element of the movie. But that was James Remar's character in Wild Bill. Next, I had scored recently a DVD of the old 80s movie from 1986, Band of the Hand. James Remar played Nestor. Now, Band of the Hand used to play on HBO when I was a kid, and I used to watch it all the time. I had it taped, but it was just like kind of not easy to find. There's a Blu-ray copy of it, and I think you could get it on Tubi now. But man, it is like they took it. Michael Mann's behind it. He's an executive producer. He got it made, and what I read was it was supposed to be a TV show, but they turned it into a movie. But it's as if they took The Breakfast Club and mixed it with Miami Vice. They took these juvenile delinquents, instead of sending them to Saturday school, they send them out to the Everglades to get trained guerrilla tactics by this weird, crazy survivalist dude. And then the dude takes them back to town, and there's all this drug activity. And James Remar's Nestor, he's the main drug dealer, and they fight to save the community. It's action packed. It's got a lot of cheese in it, but man, Breakfast Club meets Miami Vice. You got to see it just on that alone. But I really enjoyed that film. My DVD ended up being a bootleg copy, but the quality was good, so I was happy. I was a little weirded out when I came through the mail, and I'm like, oh, what's this shit? But oh well, it looks good, so whatever. And this last film was the one that really surprised me. From 1996, Jean-Claude Van Damme in The Quest. You know, it's the typical shit. Claude going to some secret place to fight in a tournament, and man, it's the same old shit. But if you like Van Damme movies, you're gonna like The Quest. He even directed it, which is really strange. I mean, I don't know how much of a director he is, but the movie's actually not that bad. It's pretty funny. I mean, it is what you expect. If you like Van Damme movies, I would say it's a upper tier Van Damme movie. It's got Roger Moore playing just a sleazeball. He's very funny. He's kind of just, you could tell he's just messing around. I kind of like Roger Moore. He's funny, but The Quest, James Amar plays Maxie Divine, and he's like one of those old school, like, bare knuckle brawlers, and he puts up his dukes. He's got the handlebar mustache, knock you on your ass. Wants to fight some karate dudes, and he goes down there and he befriends Jean-Claude, and the rest is history. I guess you just need to watch the Quest now. At any rate, James Omar, winning the most screenings this year, Action April 2025. Another rule is a mandatory theater visit. And so this year, the second consecutive year, last year I went to 3 movies for Action April. Only got out once this year. And I went and saw, it was actually my birthday movie. My friends took me to Sinners at the Cinerama here in Seattle. It's now known as SIFT Downtown. It's great. Still awesome. Sinners was incredible. I'm not going to talk about a lot on this podcast. You can go hear a million other podcasters break it down, but I can't wait to watch it again. I have a feeling that movie is going to have a long life, and you can probably pick something new from it after 5 viewings. So it's going to be a classic. My biggest surprises this year, I had 2. The first one, my buddy Mark Bauschke been trying to get me to watch this movie for the last few years, The Sadness. And it's a horror action movie from Taiwan. And I went over to his house for a barbecue, and he's like, okay, motherfucker, you're going to watch this shit. And he sat me down and we watched it, and I was glued. My brain was on fire. I was surprised at the, excuse me. I was surprised at the layers of the film. Absolutely a bloodbath. It's just soaked in blood. It's just insane. Had a lot of, Romero vibes going on in that film. A lot of, Taiwan vibes towards China. So a lot of stuff going on there. I went and read about it afterwards. I will watch that movie again. I'll probably buy that movie for my collection. The second movie that surprised me was a film I never seen, and I went over to watch a film in Nick's Guerrilla House. So I was watching it with Nick and Mandy, and Nick pulled it out and has a badass cover. It was got Jim Brown in it, and it's called Dark of the Sun from 1968, directed by Jack Cardiff. Now, that movie, I was surprised I'd never heard of it. It was one of the most violent movies I've ever seen from that era. And the year, 68, really intrigued me because, this is the time where studio movies started to get more violent with their effects and what they showed. You had Bonnie and Clyde, and from Bonnie and Clyde, they always talk about after that The Wild Bunch, which has the amazing conclusion. Just like Bonnie and Clyde, just soaked in blood. And nobody talks about this movie. I was really surprised. I had not heard of it, Dark of the Sun. And it was just absolute bloody action packed. The director, Jack Cardiff, didn't do a lot of films as a director, but he was a very accomplished cinematographer, including winning an Oscar for Black Narcissus. And he also shot War and Peace. He went on and on. If you look at this guy's IMDb, he's got a lot of classics that he shot. This dude is a total badass. But the movie looked great. It was really worth it. I'm looking at his filmography right now. He did Rambo, First Blood Part 2, Cat's Eye. He also did Conan the Destroyer for cinematography. Man, just the list goes on. It's worth going and looking at his filmography. Dogs of War with Christopher Walken. The Awakening was the first horror movie I ever saw. He shot that. just on and on. Death on the Nile. Yeah. Really accomplished cinematographer. Highly recommend Dark of the Sun. Actually, Nick and Mandy bought me a copy of it for my birthday, so it is now in my collection. So you could actually say I've watched 29 films from the collection. I like to have guests over during Action April, and a frequent guest at the Guerrilla House is my buddy Ben Busey, and I always let my friends pick, and Ben just had a couple for the stack. He had a couple right off the top of his head. He sends me a message. Well, he wanted to watch Rebel Ridge, but I didn't have Rebel Ridge, so he goes, can we watch Vanishing Point and Assault on Precinct 13, or at least put them on the stack? And that hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, that might be one of the best double bills I've ever heard of in my life. Vanishing Point from 1971, solid 90 minutes, then followed up by John Carpenter's badass Precinct on, excuse me, getting too excited over here. Assault on Precinct 13. Yeah, Assault on Precinct 13 is absolutely insane. Just what pushes the story forward. The little girl at the ice cream truck getting blown away by the gangs. And the guy who blows her away is the guy who meets the Lee Van Cleef in Escape from New York and shows him the president's finger and starts giving him the countdown. That badass. But not only that, I can't remember the actress's name, but the little girl, for anybody who's seen Escape from Witch Mountain, the old Disney movie, you've seen her in that movie. She was in all the old Disney movies. This is a crazy movie for her. And fuck me. Her scene just will hit you like a ton of bricks. Sorry about the spoiler. But, this movie's from 1976. I don't know what to say. And then we ate dinner. And then Ben wanted to put the cherry on top. We had Vanishing Point, bam. Assault on Precinct 13, bam. And we ended with Aliens. One of the greatest action movies ever. Ben Busey, you picked one of the most badass triple bills in the history of triple bills. If I saw this advertised out in town or even out of town, I might travel there and go watch this. Outstanding work, Ben. So that's a wrap up of my Action April. It was really fun. I hope you watch some action movies. And if you want to talk more about these, just shoot me a message. That's it. I think I'm done. I think I finished this podcast. Yeah, life is good. I'm going to have a drink of beer now to celebrate. And like I said, I'm coming in hot to the end of the school year. I'm coming in. I'm going through the atmosphere. Life is crazy, but that's okay. That's the life of a teacher, the life of a filmmaker. That's life right now, 2025, with all these crazy motherfuckers leading us around. It's just life. We're all coming in hot. We got to hang in there. We got to keep on moving forward and keep watching some fucking movies, all right? I'll be back. I'll try to get another one of these down by, the middle of the summer. Have a wonderful day. Oh, last thing. I forgot to mention the intro. The Green River Thrillers. Green River Thrillers, one of my favorite local bands, have been for years. Just great. That song is from Distorted Diva. Make sure you go check them out. Buy their record. It is fucking killer. Okay, people. I have talked enough. I wish you nothing but the best. I love you. You beautiful people. You be good out there, all right? And you take care. Until the next time.